This is one of the most spine-chilling monstrosities in Silent Hill F. Shiro-Muku. The female protagonist severs her own arm, endures a branding iron, even cuts off her own face, and finally transforms into this horrifying form. But beneath this terrifying exterior lies a profound critique. It takes aim at the harm of arranged marriage and the kind of systemic oppression that weighs on women. The story follows Fukusumi Hinako. A young woman lives in a typical Japanese family in the 1960s. Back then, women in Japan held extremely low social status. Himiko's father routinely vents his frustrations on her and her mother, who responds with meek submission. This environment suffocates Himiko. One day, she accidentally learns that her father plans to sell her into marriage with a wealthy man to pay off his debts. In a fit of rage and desperation, she flees to seek solace with her friends. But the quiet town is corroded by a sinister force. Horrific monsters begin roaming the streets. And this evil doesn't stop at twisting the town itself. Beyond this surface-level nightmare, Himiko even finds herself intermittently losing consciousness, only to wake up and find herself transported to a dark shrine. There, a man in a fox mask guides her through a series of brutal, blood-chilling rituals. The rituals orchestrated by the fox masked man are a twisted interpretation of the marriage process from Himiko's subconscious. This man represents her designated husband. Sawing off her own right hand and grafting a beast's arm symbolizes the voluntary surrender of self-reliance, becoming dependent on a husband's power and resources to survive. The branding of a fox sigil on her back represents being marked as her husband's property, his accessory. Skinning her face and donning the fox mask is the ultimate act of erasing her own identity and autonomy to fulfill a role. After completing these cruel rituals, the otherworld Himiko completely transforms into Shiro-Muku, a faceless demon in a traditional wedding hood. This form is not just her terrifying vision of marriage itself, but a manifestation of how archaic marital customs alienated and deformed women of that era. However, as with all Silent Hill titles, the nightmare is a landscape of psychological metaphor. Neither the haunted town nor the blackened otherworld is real. The true Himiko is 20 years old, standing at her wedding ceremony, poised to marry the man her father chose. Her mind, however, is tormented by a single, consuming doubt. Can this marriage, which robs her of all freedom, truly bring her happiness? Amplified by the psychotropic medication she has been taking, this doubt spirals into the horrific nightmare we witness. The game's endings, shaped by Hinako's choices, each reveal a different fate, reflecting the cost of her struggle against oppression and self-doubt. The ending, Coming Home to Roost, is the outcome of Himiko succumbing entirely to her doubts. In this ending, she becomes trapped in an endless cyclical battle against the Shiro-Muku within her mind. In reality, this internal war drives her utterly insane. During the wedding ceremony, she violently snaps, reportedly killing 2 people before vanishing into the mountains, lost forever to her psychosis. This is a tragedy of self-annihilation through internal conflict. In the fox's wedding ending, Himiko defeats the Shiro-Muku within her twisted subconscious, symbolically conquering her fears. She awakens at the wedding, seemingly calm, and proceeds to marry the chosen suitor. But this victory is ambiguous. Has she truly found peace, or has she merely killed the last vestiges of her own will, submitting completely to her predetermined fate? The peace feels hollow, suggesting a different kind of death, the death of the self. By uncovering specific clues or making certain choices, Himiko can achieve a more proactive resolution. She might awaken from the nightmare with a renewed, fierce determination. In the fox waits its tail ending, instead of attending the wedding, she finally gathers the courage to truly run away, cutting all ties with her oppressive family to seek an uncertain but self-determined future. Yet, this escape carries a final, unsettling truth. It is neither merely the victory shout of her rebellious self, nor just a desperate, blind dash from the immediate flame. Finally, the canonical finale, Ebisagaka in Silence, presents a fourth, more profound resolution. Here, Hinako's victory is not marked by escape or confrontation, but by an act of quiet, deliberate defiance. She achieves a moment of devastating clarity and consciously rejects the ceremony. The system of control relies on her either obeying or becoming a problem it can dismiss. By calmly removing herself, she shatters this cycle entirely. In her stillness, Hinako demonstrates that true resistance often lies not in defiance, but in the unwavering refusal to be complicit.